Hi guys, it's Blackie, and today I'd like to introduce you to a new piece of gear I got. It is a electric bike. This is an MUKKPET MUKKPET. If I'm butchering that, I'm very sorry. Suburban. This is a battery assisted bike. Now, as many of you know, I'm an old silver wolf. I've got a lot of miles on me and a lot of age, and I've had full bypass surgery and everything else, heart condition, etc. So I want to exercise, but I need to do it in a smart, intelligent way. And talking with my cardiologist, he recommended me getting one of these bikes. The advantage of it is basically it's like a mountain bike. And I'll show you up close in just a second. But what it does is it's battery assist. So you select how much assistance you're getting. And so it makes pedaling easier. You can pedal as everything turned off and use it just like a mountain bike. Or I can, one touch of a button, click, and bring up the motor for a power setting of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to go up a steep hill or something like that to assist me. Or I can simply leave it set to like level 1, which is what I've been doing it, leaving it on level 1, set it into the third gear, and I run somewhere of 8 to 10 miles an hour with me pedaling. I'm doing like 60 or 70% of the effort, but it's helping me just a little bit. Now what that does for us old silver wolves, it means I get to exercise, I get mobility, but most important, when I get winded and I run out of steam, the bike has got a throttle. You just turn it and it'll pull you. You just put your feet flat and it'll run you home. See? So therefore, I can get the exercise I need, but I can also take a break while still moving and catch my breath, you know, to get back into it. 2, whenever I'm just, oh boy, this is it, I've had it. I've got to just get on back. I don't have to walk home. I can just give it the throttle and it'll run me back. Now, let me get you up close. Okay, here's a closer view of it. As you can see, it has a large hub. That's the motor inside the hub. It has a disc brake back here. It has a luggage rack on it where I can put a pack or something like that to use this for light camping. Then this large box right here, that is the actual battery unit, which comes off. Can be charged on the bike or taken off and then plugged up and charged. And there's a key right here that locks it to the bike. That's not like an ignition key. That button there, that lock is so I can lock it solid to the bike so it doesn't bounce free or something on rough terrain. And then you have right here a power switch that you press and it will light up and show you how many bars of power. Right now I have 2 bars out of 3 green, and then there's a yellow. When it gets to yellow, you stop. You recharge. It has a headlight on it, which has, I believe, I haven't played with it yet, but I believe in the literature it said it had like 2 or 3 level settings, so I can set different brightnesses. And this runs off of the main battery as well. And then it has an actual working brake light, so that you can use this on the street. And you see it has a nice, wide, generous tire, good for dirt. And then it's got a set of Shimano shifters on it, the pedal. And then we'll come up here and we'll look at the main controls. Over here now, first up, let me be straight up guys, I know this is supposed to face the other way, but with my short arms I turned it around backwards because it fits me better, so don't gig me on it, okay? Now, here's your display screen, and it's tippable so you can get the glare off of it from whatever you are. Over here is a switch. You have a center switch you hold down, and that will then light up your display, as you see right there. Now, you have your energy bar right here. You have whatever speed you're moving in miles per hour. You have your power assist level, and then you have how many miles you have rode in this circuit. I just did 3 miles. If you come back over here in this button, see it's a power plus minus. If I press the plus, you notice right there it went to level 1. Press it again, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how much assist. You hit the down button to drop it back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0. And here you have your shifter where you push away to you push away to go higher, and you press this button for it to automatically drop down lower. So whenever I want to shift down lower, all I have to do is just press this button and it clicks down. See? To go up, all I got to do is just push away from me. So if it's too hard to pedal, I go click, go to a higher gear. Too easy to pedal, a quick click. Right here on it is a throttle. That's this part right here, the handle. When I turn this, the wheel will spin all by itself so that I can use it with my hand up here. Here's the, of course, the brake. Right here you have front brake. This one's the rear brake, the other one is the front brake, like a standard bike. But with that, I can simply twist to give it velocity, tell it to speed up just like a throttle on a car, or I can ignore it. Now, let me show you how this works right quick. Okay, by putting it on level 1, all I have to do is whenever I go to pedal, as soon as I start pedaling, it will engage and start assisting me. I don't have to tell it. The throttle up here is whenever I don't want to pedal. I want to just put my feet flat across. And so what happens when I turn the throttle, when I let go, it goes back to a stop. Pretty simple. So this means that for me pedaling, I don't have to flip a switch or nothing. I just engage it and I start pedaling. It will assist me as I'm pedaling. If I need more, I click the button and I go up to a higher power setting to make it easier for me to pedal. If I need less, I click down, just like you'd shift gears. So what I'm thinking of this is, for us old silver wolves, is I can get some exercise. It's mobility. I mean, how many people today have got great big old ATVs that they want to get out and go look? ATVs are great, but they make a lot of noise. So if you're wanting to go see nature or hunting, this is a lot quieter. I could put this in the back of a truck or on a bicycle rack and be able to get out of this and quietly roll into my hunting area without being the sound of an ATV going rrrr, nice and quiet, see? So for hunting. 2, for being an old silver wolf and needing exercise and mobility. This big wide tires, it's very easy to ride. The seat is easily adjustable for elevation. You just pull the hand wrap and the seat will come right out. Now you can buy the bigger, wider, fluffier, comfier seats for those that may prefer something a little bigger than this, easier to sit on. And it's set up where you can repeat exactly where it was by marking. So I know I go to number 2, number whatever, to sit it on for people to sit on. The bike weighs 80 pounds. This isn't some light, flimsy something. This is a really strong aluminum tube that has been welded frame right there. It's got good chain on it. Everything seems to be working very well. The brakes are very smooth and even. I got this, and this is not cheap. This is an investment, guys. Down here below, I'll put the site where I got this from, so you can go make your own decision. But the thing about it is, I'm looking for mobility, because I'm wanting to still get out and explore. And yes, I have a 4-wheel drive vehicle, but I'd like to go and camp, see, where I could be dropped off and then take this bike to go down in the woods quietly, not have to leave my vehicle. My wife can take my vehicle home and I can get in and out. I can roll this all the way into my camp, can I? Pretty easily. Mobility, plus being an old silver wolf in my 60s, it's exercise that I can pedal. Like I showed you there, I did 3 miles very quickly here right before this video. It's very, very simple to operate this thing. We had bicycles when we were kids. That was our first taste of freedom, wasn't it? When I had my first bike, that was opened up a whole new world. I had fishing rods on mine. I had a 5-gallon bucket up front with all kinds of fishing tackle and all like that. I would leave the house, paddle 5 miles down the county road to a little bitty bridge we had, and sitting there be fishing in the creek in the summer, back when kids were allowed to do things like that. With this bike, that gives me back freedom and mobility again. It is comfortable to sit on. It's comfortable to sit on, easy to control and maintain. Now, it has a pair of front shocks for front suspension. It does not have any suspension in the back. That's the springs up under this seat is your suspension. So us old silver wolves, you're gonna have to still, take it kind of easy on the thing, but it can go slow or fast. I took mine and putting it into the higher gear, I was able to hit 28 miles an hour, easy. It's very easy to control, very easy to use. Now I'll set it to 1 and take off. You quit pedaling, it quits pedaling. Just like that. So I don't have to flip something off. I just start pedaling. So you can pedal backwards just like we did on our 10-speed and it doesn't engage. But when you pedal forward, it engages the motor automatically to help you pedal. So all I got to do is get my balance, line up, get centered, and shove off, and it will take over. So I'm still pedaling. I'm still providing propulsion here. When I hit a hill, you feel it. You got to tighten up. If I need a little bit more help, I click, go up the button, or I drop a gear, and it goes up. On the other hand, if I like, man, I'm winded, all I got to do is quit pedaling, put my feet flat, and then turn that collar, and it'll do the rest. Let me show you it riding without using the pedals, how it can work. Okay, I'm going to get onto it and not pedal, just use the throttle. When I get down to the far end, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to set it in the high setting, and you can see how fast it accelerates. With mine, I've been able to get to 28, 30 miles an hour, no problem, on flat ground. I have easily gone up hills, pretty steep hills that I really didn't want to walk up. This thing's gone up to 10, 15 miles an hour, no problem. And it's got a good wide kickstand. Now, how far? I know what you're thinking, that battery. How far will that battery carry you? So, I have not tried it for long range yet, but my friend Homer Mayo has a pair of them, him and his wife. And I trust his judgment in what he's about to tell me. He said that he decided to test his and see how far it went. And that he took his battery and it was at 4 out of 5 dots, so it's like 80% charged. And then he took his wife's battery, which was fully charged, and he took her battery off her bike and just carried it with him as a backup. And he started this 10-mile loop to see how far he could get. He did well over 30 miles. He said, I got tired of riding around 34, 35 miles, and I still had a bubble to go on mine. So I changed batteries and went home. So around 30-mile range. That's more than enough for a weekend camp out, ain't it? Of coming to a good place where I can put my truck and know it's safe, like the ranger station or something like that, and then be able to put the 4 or 5 miles down the road, go the 2 or 3 miles in to the campsite I want to go to. Know my vehicle's safe, and know that this can get me back and forth real easy. And if the battery dies, it's still a bicycle. You can still ride it. It doesn't lock up like some electronic things are. It's a bicycle that's being assisted by this battery. I will be doing more reports on this later on, but for right now I wanted you to see it. I'm very happy with it. It is mobility for me again, because like I said, when we were young, us old Silver Wolves, bicycle was the thing we were chomping at the bit for. Because of the bicycle, we were free. Then we discovered the internal combustion engine in either motorcycles or trucks or cars, and we kind of left bicycles behind. But here in our twilight years, if we've got the balance and the ability, why not? It's exercise, it's mobility. It's a whole lot cheaper than an ATV or something like that. For those of you that are hunting, it's a quiet way that I can pick up and take out of the back of a pickup and get into my hunting area quietly. Easy to camouflage. I could easily throw a camouflage tarp over that or something near my stand. You know, if not put it in the stand or under the stand, depending on where my hunting thing is. So that would be a big advantage to this for hunters. For us old Silver Wolves, it's mobility. I can now explore the trails around the national forest again and not have to do it strictly in a vehicle. And a lot of those trails peter out to where you know where to turn around. But with a bike, I can stand up and just turn it around. I've got mobility again. And so that's what it's worth to me. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. And down in the description box, I'll put the contact information for the company. I'm very happy with mine. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.